Welcome, Nicky and Sila. I'm so happy to have you in our Vision Day in 2021. It's really a pleasure to have you and to share with you, heard from you, your experience.
It's wonderful to be with you.
Okay, so we would like to ask you some questions. And the first one is because of the pandemic last year, you have run the marriage course online, and was it the first time you did it? And how did you feel with this experience? And how did the couples experience the marriage course online?
Oh, well, it was really the grace of God, because we launched the new films of the marriage course and the pre-marriage course at the beginning of February 2020. And then the pandemic arrived and we all went into lockdown and we couldn't run the courses in person. And so very quickly we made the decision that we should run them online.
And the fact they were refilmed meant we could use them online. We couldn't use the old ones online, the old films. We didn't have permission, but these ones were digital.
And what we recognized was that, you know that there is a great need for practical support for married couples or those preparing for marriage. But with the pandemic and with everything we've experienced with lockdown and couples under the same roof 24/7, the pressure, the extra challenges, we realized this made it possible for couples who really needed some encouragement, some support, some help to access the marriage courses online.
And we have been absolutely amazed by the response. We've had thousands and thousands of couples who have done it online.
At our church.
At our church, and then all around the world in different countries, in different languages. They've used it very effectively online. And one of the first responses we had was from a couple who said, we have always wanted to do the marriage course, but we have a disabled child and we couldn't leave this child on their own at home. Now we can do the marriage course in our own home. And actually doing it in their own home has been very, very significant for couples, because of course the marriage course, it's the conversations that the couple has that is the most significant part of the sessions. And the couples are practicing having these very significant conversations at home. And so they get into the habit of spending time together and talking together.
And some couples, like Nicky described, weren't able to come and do the marriage course physically. But we also know that there are other couples who wouldn't come. They actually wouldn't come to whatever the venue was to do the course. Even though it was private conversations, they were concerned about just being seen out there doing something. And now we're hearing of many, many couples who wouldn't have come, who are now accessing the marriage course online. And that is wonderful.
So the marriage course online is as powerful as the face-to-face one. It's the same phrase.
It certainly is for many, many couples, and more couples do it online. I think when we can do an in-person course, a physical course, we will do a physical course because we love being able to invite couples to come on a date night, to have that experience of still having private conversations, but in a safe environment with other couples. But I think now we will never stop doing the online course at the same time for those couples who can't come to a physical one or wouldn't come, as Sila said.
Even the course is running online, the couples need to have a journal. So could you talk a little bit more about this? What the importance to have the journal?
So when we were remaking the films, we realized that actually more than ever, the journal plays a significant part in the whole experience for the couple. And we created a very nice looking and sort of the way it was designed and feels and everything. And what we know is that it enhances the takeaway, if you like, for the couple, because actually writing things down helps people to really understand better, to remember, to be able to refer back. And I think it's about self-awareness. You know, each person has a journal, and, you know, for each person, they learn more about their partner, they learn more about themselves, and they learn more about their relationship. And having to write things in the journal and then to be able to reference that when you're having the conversation actually makes a huge difference.
And we know that you have translated the journal beautifully. Isabel showed us a copy of it. Looks absolutely, oh, there it is. And this looks very like the one that we have done in English. It's beautifully done, beautifully done. Just show us the inside, would you, Isabel? Just give us a page inside. So there is space for the couple to write their own thoughts, their own experiences. And we know now many couples keep these journals for years, and they often take them out of their bookshelf and they remember things that they have talked about, things that they've discovered about each other and about their relationship. And sometimes just looking back, they see, oh, we have changed, we have grown in our relationship. So it's, we're so glad that these journals are available now in Portuguese.
And one other quick thing is that, you know, in a couple, sometimes one person is very good at talking, the other is not. And actually having this opportunity to write things down before the conversation means they are committed to paper, and the person who maybe finds it more difficult and who would just go along with the other person and what they think and feel actually has it written down, and it gives them the courage
and the time to formulate their thoughts.
Yeah, and to then have a really two-way discussion, which may be challenging, but it's actually the real discussion that needs to happen.
And it's really important to have it to come back and to have a look. I know that you have had a beautiful experience with the couples who did the marriage course with you. At the end of the course, you have invited some couples to explore faith and to do Alpha. Could you talk a little more about this? Share with us this experience. How did it happen? The results? We are very curious.
Certainly. Well, as I think people will know, the marriage course and the pre-marriage course, these courses are for all couples, whether they have a Christian faith or not, whether or not they are churchgoers. We welcome all couples to come. And certainly, we talk about the difference our faith makes in our marriage. We talk about how we seek to pray together each day. And on the course, we don't say it on the films themselves, but when we are hosting a course, we talk about Alpha. And we say, just as the marriage course gives you language as a couple to talk about your relationship, so Alpha helps to give you language to discuss the Christian faith, to talk about the meaning of life. And so we always recommend to couples that if they haven't done Alpha, they might do Alpha after doing the marriage course or the pre-marriage course. And as you said, we had experience of that.
So when Alpha went online, Nicky and I thought this is a great opportunity for us to do Alpha and experience it online. So actually, there were a number of couples married for 2, 3, 4 years who had young children or babies or were pregnant. And we thought this is a great opportunity. So we invited 4 couples who had done the pre-marriage course with us and really enjoyed it. And they were they were people who were not regular churchgoers, and they'd been recommended to do the pre-marriage course, and they found it really, really great, and were surprised, I think, by that. And so when we invited them, would they like to join us online to do Alpha, they jumped at it. It was amazing, because of course it's so easy for them, you know, once a week, whatever time it was, I can't remember, and they didn't have to go anywhere. They didn't have to get babysitters. They just, you know, ate their dinner at home and watched the films, and then we discussed. And it's been a really, really amazing time. And
all of them loved it. We loved it. We loved hosting it, didn't we? We loved seeing these 4 couples. They all stayed for the entire course, and actually we're still meeting with them because we've enjoyed it so much. And they all got a lot out of the films and the discussion, and all of them on their journey of faith. They've all grown, and they talk to us about different things that they have learned and discovered, and how their relationship with Jesus has changed, has grown.
And I think the other exciting thing for us is that it's at such a significant moment in people's lives when they're newly married, and you know, they have young children coming, they're making a family, and to actually then explore faith and their values and their beliefs at that time. And I think because they, you know, these couples had done the pre-marriage course, they realized they were at a significant moment. So it was a very kind of obvious thing to then do Alpha. But the same for people on the marriage course. And of course, as you know, we always encourage the people who do the pre-marriage to come back about 2 years after doing the pre-marriage to do the marriage course, because then it's like just, you know, a kind of refreshing, and while things are still in good shape, just keep it in good shape, keep investing.
I really appreciate all you do with the ministry and with the family, the couples. It's really important for the society.
Well, it's amazing, amazing that you as Alpha Portugal have you know, really made a priority of translating the materials, the films and everything to make it possible for many, many more couples. And we get so excited. It's a privilege for us to be talking with you, because it's so exciting to know that it's now available in Portuguese.
And we hope you have a wonderful Vision Day. We will be praying for you.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your share.